Alexa Bliss has finally responded to Uncle Howdy in a pretty aggressive way, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out a big change in secret that Alexa just confirmed to be in place. The Wyatt Sicks have not graced WWE television themselves since the middle of December, and there's been a lot of conflicting reports about their disappearance. Some reports claim that it was due to creative issues. Some claim that it was due to Bo Dallas's injury. Others claim that the Wyatts were put on temporary back burner while the Alexa Bliss contract situation was being worked out. So no one really knows which of those explanations was the truth. But one thing that has become clear in recent weeks is that the Wyatt Sicks story has begun progressing again through the use of Alexa Bliss and her recent appearances since she returned. On Alexa's first night back on SmackDown right after the Royal Rumble, WWE wasted no time at all teasing her affiliation with the Wyatts. A glitch screen popped up during Alexa's first singles match back, and the official Wyatt Sicks social media pages posted a message containing just the word "she." And that "she" post was significant because it served as the confirmation that the "she" Howdy was talking to all throughout 2024 was, in fact, Alexa Bliss after all. So that was a cool little reveal to kick the story off. And then the week after that, we saw another glitch screen interrupt Alexa's SmackDown segment, with this screen asking the question of, "Do you feel in charge?" which was obviously directed towards Alexa Bliss. Now we get to the February 21st edition of SmackDown, and Alexa Bliss has finally addressed the Wyatt's messages that have been chasing her in recent weeks, but she basically answered them in a little hidden way that you really had to be paying close attention to in order to catch it. So let's get into that. This all went down with Alexa's vignette for the Elimination Chamber match. She opens it up right away with a pretty heavy teaser about her new character. Alexa Bliss says that while she was away, there was a lot of change that happened within her. This one line obviously appears to be hinting that Alexa's changed a lot since we've last seen her, and we haven't seen those changes quite yet. We've seen a brief appearance at the Royal Rumble, her SmackDown match against Candice, and a few backstage segments. So even though we've seen Alexa several times over the last few weeks, we've seen absolutely no signs of these big changes she's referring to. So it looks like what we've seen so far from Alexa Bliss since her return is by far not the final version of this new character and persona. Alexa's definitely hiding something up her sleeve, something that she hasn't revealed quite yet, but you better believe that the reveal is on the way. Alexa wants to make it clear that her current state is nothing like what it was 2 years ago. So that's an exciting line. It makes you really anticipate seeing even more character time for Alexa Bliss on screen, so we can start seeing bits and pieces of these major changes within herself that she's referring to. What could this big change be that Alexa's teasing? Well, we don't have a lot of clues to base any theory off of at the moment. The only clue about what's happening with Alexa Bliss would be from her attire itself. It's very heavily themed with the Fiend's colors of black and red. She even had a patch of the Fiend's pants on her skirt, and she flat out has the word Fiend on the back of her jacket that she's wearing all the time now. So as far as an early theory goes for Alexa's big secret and change, could it be potentially something Fiend related? Could she be the female Fiend? Does she have that aura and spirit running through her? Is she trying to contain that alter ego right now, the same way Bray tried to contain it until he couldn't anymore? It's something that the fans are considering since Alexa's attire is overflowing with so many Fiend references and Easter eggs. A big fan concern about this theory and direction is if it would be respectful to Bray Wyatt and his creation of the Fiend character. And it does seem like something Bray would be supportive of, and we say that because of the situation that went down in 2021. After Bray Wyatt was released from WWE, and the company had basically turned over the Fiend gimmick and character to Alexa Bliss through the use of the Lily doll, Alexa noted that Bray had no issue with the Lily doll acting as being similar to his act. Alexa said that Bray's exact words to her back in 2021 after the release was for her to keep it going, keep the story and act going, and not worrying about anything anyone was saying about the similar acts. So knowing that Bray was very supportive of the Alexa split personality act back then, you got to assume that an act to honor his legacy and life's work would be a very nice, acceptable thing as well. So Alexa is heavily dressed in Fiend attire. We just haven't seen her fully snap yet. So is that what she's hiding? Has she been infected with the Fiend persona? We know that Alexa's always been close to the Fiend since 2020. She quite literally revived the Fiend all by herself following the events of the Inferno match with Randy Orton. So when it comes to being close to the Fiend and that energy, you can argue that no one was closer to it than Alexa Bliss. So if she has some Fiend-inspired character trait, it does make sense for that to be the case within the story. But Alexa continues that the WWE itself has not changed much since she's been last around. She says that the names and faces have changed a bit, but all the other dynamics remain the same. Alexa Bliss says she's going to turn the Elimination Chamber into her own playground, which was a clever reference to the Alexa's Playground program, which was like Alexa's version of the Firefly Funhouse. Alexa brings up her past success in the Elimination Chamber and how she did win the entire thing just a few years ago. Alexa says this is her division, and the next quick line is what appears to be the response to all the recent Wyatt Sicks glitch screens. Alexa Bliss says, quote, "I am in charge," end quote. Which perfectly answers Howdy's question from the week prior, which was asking Alexa if she truly felt in charge. Alexa lets Howdy know right here during this vignette that yes, she absolutely knows she's in charge. Alexa goes from a very serious tone and face when she delivered that line about being in charge, all the way to breaking into giggles and saying, "See you soon." So it was only a minute long, but so much to break down here with Alexa's character and story. The first thing to note is obviously the big change that she mentioned going through. We haven't seen much of that change yet, but we can surely expect to see it down the line. And the second biggest thing was that the line of being in charge, which was surely a response to Howdy. In the context of what she was saying, Alexa was saying that she was in charge of the division, but in the other context of that line responding to Howdy, it can mean other things as well. Was Alexa meaning that she was in full control and full charge of her mind and actions? Or was Alexa Bliss even asserting some of her own dominance within the Wyatt universe, telling Howdy that she's now in charge of everything involving the Wyatts, that she's now calling the shots and is in charge of the family? So you can see how that one line about being in charge from Alexa Bliss can apply to a lot of different things and meanings. And it also goes back to what we were saying here on Wrestling World CC about this relationship between Alexa and Howdy being a bit bumpy. Howdy was questioning her about feeling in charge. Now we see Alexa aggressively responding and saying that she very much is in charge. So what's going to come out of that? And how would Uncle Howdy react to Alexa Bliss potentially taking over full leadership of the Wyatt Sicks? Is that something he would be okay with? Either way, the next few Alexa Bliss appearances should be very exciting. And hopefully we do get more hints about these big changes that she teased here. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.